we've talked about this before, and for those of you who've been watching, you remember,
Hmm.
um, our country is founded upon debate. And while we roll our eyes in the back of our head when we think about Congress today and how everything is, gridlocked and everyone is just so polarized, there's a reason why we roll our eyes in the back of our head, not because we're exasperated, although we are, but it does a disservice to the intentions that were given by our forefathers and the founding fathers of this country. You have, in order to move along, you have to get along.
Right. Right.
There is a lot of there are a lot of moving parts. There are so many things that are being brought up in any given legislative session, whether you're in the Continental Congress talking about independence, whether you're in the Continental Congress debating the terms of the Constitution, whether you're talking about 2026 and the budget and the multi-billion dollars that this country has revenue for and how it's going to spend it. When we started this country back in 1776, it was founded upon passionate people who wanted to put their point across, but also not only their mouth, but they had ears and they were willing to listen and consider what someone on the other side of the aisle, or aisles, because there was more than two parties at the time, or not just you had to be one or both, one or the other. It was really identifying what an issue is and talking about it and listening and how can we best move this forward. That was put down in common sense, the representative government and how we do this stuff. We'd already been trying to do this with the Continental Congress, and it was codified in our Constitution. Checks and balances, two houses bicameral in Congress. All of these things come from not just our founding fathers, but where did the founding fathers get it?
Right.
We talk about this is what this episode is about. It's a little different, but we want to give you what the inspiration for the founding fathers were.
Hmm. Exactly. I mean, it's sort of a little side tangent here, but there was a great mini series. I guess we used to call them mini series. I guess they're limited edition, whatever now, but it's called Death by Lightning. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm recommending it to everybody. It is a short TV series about James Garfield and the ascent of James Garfield from where he originally put forth a nominating speech for, of course, now I'm blanking on who it was that he was at the time. And
This is 1876 or something around that
yeah,
time.
yep. And that, so he was giving a nominating speech for a presidential candidate
Right.
amongst the Republican convention. And just by how well he spoke and his passion behind what he spoke, they actually broke and nominated him for president. He never wanted to be president. And it's one of those things where, and the reason why I bring it up is like, Lou, why are you bringing this up? Because it was all about negotiating, where James Garfield, for his short tenure, read the system and knew what he needed to do to work the system, to get it to work, to achieve what he wanted, but to achieve what was best for a young nation at the time. And that ultimately led to his assassination. And that, so it's a Death by Lightning, the story of James Garfield and his assassination. It's a great series. So if anybody has a chance to do it, I'll include the link in there in the things as well. So I'm off on my side tangent now, but
No, but it serves the point. While it's not that he didn't have aspirations for higher office, but his goal was to speak for someone else.
mm-hmm.
And the result was conversation.
Right.
The result was debate back and forth. That's what this whole American experiment should be about. Well,
right.
Among other things, it's the foundational, part of it.
Right. And so with this, that's room for debate. That's room for discussion. And that's room for people to sort of weigh in